Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Neo Soul guitar lesson. Today we're gonna learn a very cool and unique Neo Soul guitar move. Now we already saw other typical Neo Soul guitar moves on the channel. Think about the diminished seventh one. This is really popular among Neo Soul guitar players, but the one that we're going to have a look at today is something that you can use anytime you play a minor seventh chord. And if you guys are into this style, you already know how common minor seven chords are. So let's have a look at this guitar move, at this Neo Soul guitar move, starting from a C minor 7 chord, and this is the chord that we are going to be using as a reference. So keep in mind that this is a very common guitar shape for a minor 7 chord. In this case, I'm looking at this note, the note C here, as my root. So this is a C minor 7. But the example that we'll be going through now is something that you can move in any other key. Now, you first start by playing this chord, maybe with a few embellishments already, like for instance, you know, this kind of thing, this kind of hammer-on with the second finger on the second string, okay? Or you can use your little finger to play a double embellishment like this, okay? You can obviously combine them as well, like. But then what you can do is a slide and a move, which is the Neo Soul guitar move that we'll be learning today, and it's this. Okay, so what I do when I do this, really, I'm just playing the same chord, the C minor 7, in a different position, using a typical hammer-on pull-off, using an extension, which is the 9th. So, step by step, this is the C minor 7 that we started from. You might already know that the same chord, C minor 7, can be played also with a root on the E string, on the 8th fret, and you will get this position here. Now, if I only look at the bottom 4 strings of this position, I get a bar. You know, this is a bar on the 8th fret, and this is my root. The root of the chord is now on top, we say, which means the highest note on the first string like this. Okay, now instead of just playing these 4 strings, these 4 notes like this, I like to do, you know, a hammer-on the 10th fret, which means that I'm using now the 9th. If this is your root or octave, the second note is your 9th. So this effectively becomes a C minor 9. Like this, okay? This is super common. You will hear it all the time in R&B and Neo Soul. So if we do this, we can obviously connect the 2 positions and do or any other kind of embellishment when you start, and then you play your bar, hammer on, and then if you like it, you also play the pull-off, or you just stay on this position. That's completely up to you. Now, if you learn this is something that can easily fit into one bar. So for instance, anytime that you want to play a bar of C minor 7, you can now play it in a more unique way, using embellishments, and also do, you know, a slide and learn this typical Neo Soul move. But if you like, or if you have more time available with this chord, you can also continue this in one more position of the same chord, doing this kind of thing. Now, we will understand this position in a minute. I first want to show you how this sounds like all together. Now, as promised, let's understand why I was able to add this position. Now, guys, first of all, disclaimer, this position looks very similar to a G minor 7, so the same position as this, just moved to G, but it's not that position, because I'm not using the ring finger here, I'm using the little finger on fret 13. So this is the position that I'm actually playing. Now let's understand together why I can play this position and still consider it, if I like, a C minor 7. Now, back to this position here, especially when you add your little finger, this position of the C minor 7 becomes rootless. Why is that? First of all, because we're not playing this root anymore, but we are not even playing this one anymore when you add your little finger playing the 9th. So if we go through the notes that we are playing here, we've got a B flat, an E flat, a G, and a D, okay? So that means minor 7th, minor 3rd, perfect 5th, and major 9th, okay? So this is just a C minor 9 without the root. But this also happens to be an E flat major triad, B flat, E flat, G is an E flat triad just in first inversion, so E flat major, and adding the note D, this is effectively an E flat major 7. So we could say that anytime you have an E flat major 7, like this, with a C on the bass, okay, that's effectively a C minor 9. But even if we don't play the root, we can still consider this chord a C minor 9, although all of the notes within this chord make an E flat major 7. Now, when I play this position, this is just a variation of this. It's still an E flat, and it's still an E flat major 7, adding this time the major 9th to this chord, so it's an E flat major 9 when you play that in first inversion, which means the third G is on the bass. Okay, now you might wonder, yes, but we actually started from a C minor 7, so how do you reconnect this to a C minor 7? Well, do you remember what I said before? When you play this, you're playing an E flat major 7, and the E flat major 7 with the C on the bass, it's actually a C minor 9. Well, the same thing happens here. With the C on the bass, you're effectively playing a C minor 9 with the 11th, so a C minor 9 11, okay? But rootless, because you're not playing the C on the bass. So what I want to say is that anytime you play this Neo Soul move, or you play a position like this, you're still playing the C minor 7, the same chord that you started from, just with different colors, with different flavors. We are adding some sauce, some spice to what you're playing around extensions, particularly the 9th and the 11th of that C minor 7 that you started from. Now, hopefully this makes sense, but feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any questions. You guys know, if you know this channel, you know that I always like to explain what's the theory behind the things that I teach. But even if you weren't able to follow every single step of the theory behind this, just keep in mind that the notes that we are playing are pretty much the same in this position, this position, and in this position. So if you look at it this way, you are always playing a C minor 7 with a few variations here and there. Now let's play it one last time all together. Alright, and this is your Neo Soul guitar move. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, feel free to let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Tabs are available on my Patreon if you want to support this channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.